Alright, so this is Snow Siege. It's a game from myself and Owen Goss, and it's really early right now. It's still probably a couple months out, but you know, we thought it'd be cool to just show it off to TouchArcade right now. So,
Cool.
so let's start it up. So this is a collectible card game mixed with a tower defense game mixed with Tetris. So the way it works is you get dealt a hand of cards, and then you kind of make turrets out of them. So
Okay.
the story of the game is that there was this. Well, I'll build some turrets and then I'll explain kind of the story or whatever. So
Okay.
I'm just going to place some blocks. So I'm going to kind of use these cards. Let's see, what's a good way to do this?
So each card represents like the object in the game field area.
Yeah. So each card represents an object, and they're all like different shapes depending on the situations and stuff. So let's see how this goes. So, and then every turn at night you have a certain amount of points you can use to place cards. So right now I've got 2 build points left. Every night you get 10 points, and each card costs a certain amount of points to place. So, so this is. Yeah, so this is a snowball cannon, so it costs 2 points. That's what that number in the left is. It has certain hit points and stuff. I can explain that in a bit. So I'll just show the kind of really basic gameplay of it. So these snowmen come in, and you control this kid on a jetpack. So the story is that this kid, he set up like a snow cone stand, and for some reason all the snowmen got really offended, and they've declared war on the kid, and now they're attacking him. But little did they know that he's like a genius inventor and has invented a jetpack and all these crazy blocks that he can actually fight them with. So I'm going to start getting dealt all kinds of cards now. Let's see if I can come up with kind of like a trap situation.
So you can actually build kind of your own defense, but you also fly around and participate actively.
Like, I mean, it's kind of like the recent game like Block Fortress in a way.
Yeah.
Like if you took Block Fortress and you like simplified it down to a 2D game, but then added kind of a card game on top of it.
Okay.
So it's so at nighttime he's always building, and then at daytime the attacks come. So if I build, let's see if I can get like a trap going here. Let's see what's a good way to do this.
Are all the blocks like Tetris 4-block style?
No, they're not necessarily 4 blocks, but they're all kind of grid shapes. So if so, this is I'm not actually going to attack them here. I'll show kind of one of the things you can do. This flying dude's going to come.
That snowman has a helicopter.
So these guys, so watch these guys. They're kind of going to come in here.
They're going to beat up your defense.
They're going to beat up my defense, but then the block is actually going to fall.
Oh, it falls and crushes them?
So it's got those kind of like Tetris-y mechanics of the blocks actually falling all the time.
Whoa, that's
so
pretty cool.
you can set up some crazy like traps for them if you really plan stuff out. And then the other thing the kid can do, so I'll do another round here, and then let's see. So I don't know if there's a good spot to do. This will be kind of like a decent trap. So I can actually, so there's 3 types of blocks. There's there's shield blocks, which are these blue ones, which don't have any special abilities, but they're really strong. So you want to kind of layer those on the outside of your fort to protect your fort. And then there's weapon blocks, which actually attack enemies, and they're really weak. So you want to protect them with kind of a shield of these stronger blocks. And then there's these support blocks, which have kind of like special abilities and interesting things they can do. So for example, this is a magnet block I can place. And what it'll do is any coins that get dropped in its radius, it will actually suck them into it and pull them in. So there's all kinds of, let me just place some more turrets here. So you get, I'll show it here too, so we've gone with like a very kind of traditional-ish collectible card game style thing where you have cards, and there are, so the cards have different rarities and all kinds of different special abilities, and the idea being, as you play, the kind of main loop is that you destroy snowmen, you earn coins, and then you use those coins to buy booster packs of cards. And then there'll probably also be some sort of secondary currency that you can use to buy single cards specifically, so basically not having to go through the random booster pack process. But we want it to be like a very kind of like Nimblebit style game where you don't have to pay at all to play the game. You can just enjoy it without having to pay anything.
Cool.
So I'll just show this little part, and then I have kind of like a, and I didn't show actually the other thing you can do, so I'll let these snowmen come in here, and then I'll show this other thing we can do. Oh, that bomb's going to totally destroy that block.
Oh.
So the kid can also switch to a repair mode where he actually repairs blocks instead of attacking them. So these guys, I'm going to repair that so they all cluster, and then it's going to drop on them, so I get a fancy crush. So there's a bunch of stuff you can do like that too, where you kind of mix between the repairing and attacking mechanics.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, and really sort of kind of plan stuff out. Yeah, so I don't know if there's much to show here. So I'll go to, actually, let me quit, and I'll go, we've kind of set up this like, I don't know, made for TV mode, where through TV magic we can go directly to what it might look like if you had like a fort on the 10th day.
Does it just randomly generate something?
No, this is actually something we
okay.
pre-generated right now. So this is, so I'll show some of the stuff that we have here, just to show some of the ideas for different blocks we had. Now all of this is like super early. All the graphics could probably change.
Yeah.
Like all of this is early, but we like this general idea of like building forts with these blocks.
Yeah.
So here we've got the kid. I didn't really show it, but he can actually take damage and get hurt. But it's not health. It's just his warmth. And so if he gets really cold, he'll turn into an ice block for a few seconds, and you're kind of incapacitated.
Okay.
But if he's near this fireplace, it will keep him warm, and he basically can't freeze. So if you build a fireplace, he'll stay warm. This crazy plus-shaped block is a healing block that will heal nearby blocks or repair them. And then there's these missile turrets that will launch missiles at vehicles and stuff like that. So I'm just going to go straight into the game. So this is going to be like this is day 10 now. This is like a much later wave.
So you get a lot tougher enemies coming.
So over here, this bomb's going to come in. I have these laser turrets that are actually going to, they only target bombs and explosives. So the laser will kind of take those guys out. So, and then my missile turret's actually firing missiles at this tank that's rolling in.
Whoa, a tank.
So obviously it's a little chaotic, but once you kind of plan stuff out, they just get crushed by all this block and stuff. So this is kind of an idea of what it would look like at a more advanced stage when you've really got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Now if I'm like playing it properly, I should really be like repairing these blocks so these snowmen can't just come in here and roll for it. The kid throughout the game plays like a really important role. Like you can't just sit there and let him do nothing, like I was saying earlier, because you really will lose you'll lose the game basically. Okay. So you'll see when these coins come in, the magnets kind of start to pull them in. The kid will pull them in too, so they get stuck in those magnet fields and stuff. So yeah, that's basically the game in a nutshell.
Nice.
I probably missed some stuff. But
No. It sounds really interesting. It's a good blend of different kind of game types.
Yeah, the idea is, well, actually, this game started out as a basketball game, and it became this eventually. So we just originally we wanted to make something pretty casual, and then we just kept coming up with ideas that we thought would be interesting. And gradually, it's reached a point where now it's not really a casual game at all. But we think it's got some really interesting mechanics and potential for doing something cool with it. So
yeah, for sure. So when are you planning on trying to get this thing out?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we've been working on this for about 2 months, and we're hoping to have something done around the end of May, like 2 months from now. But we'll have to play it by ear, because at the end of the day, we'll release it when it's good enough, and when it's done. But hopefully, we're aiming for end of May anyway. So.
Cool. Okay. Well, that was an awesome first look at Snow Siege coming up from Matt Ricks and Owen Goss, their new company, Milk Bag Games. So keep your eye out for that in the near future.